Hello friends, welcome back. If you're new to the hobby, I'm going to show you something with these 3-piece beadlock rims that I wish somebody had told me when I was new. When you get it, it'll come like this. It'll have screws in the back. These are the Injora rims, and I like these because you can get them with either aluminum ring or a brass ring. The brass ones are a lot heavier, but what I'm going to show you today is when you get these, go ahead. This is the way to not spend all night on this. When you get these, go ahead and split it apart, and you just got to take these two out of the back, and I'll just do that real quick just to show you here. But just split those apart real quick, and then what you want to do is take the backing plate off, pull the ring off. This is the center part of the beadlock. Put this back on the rim. I'm going to pause it for a second and just screw it on and show you. While you're at this stage, go ahead and just put this inside the wheel. Just shove it in there. Try not to stretch out this bead area because you'll want that to be tight later on. Once you've got this screwed back together, you have it. It's a nice flat surface to work with. The front side of this is all decoration. Basically, you can put every one of these screws in now. Go ahead and do that, because when you put the wheels together, you're going to undo this from the back side and just slide these two pieces in, one on the front side of the tire, one on the back side, and then you'll seat it from there. But go ahead, before you ever put a single piece of either half of this into the tire, go ahead and put all these on around the rim. They do hold this front ring on, but it's not important that you do it after the tire's on. In fact, if you do it after the tire's on, it's going to be a lot more difficult. You won't get a uniform tightness here. So I'm going to go ahead and just put a screw in every one of these, tighten them down. Then we'll re-separate this and put it on the tire. Also, on the back side, you have these hubs, and I'm going to go ahead and pull these out and just put a, sorry about hitting the camera there, just put a tiny bit of Loctite on those, because I'm never going to take these out again. I don't care if they, they don't need to come out ever again. So I'm going to Loctite those and put all 6 of those in right now, because there's no harm in doing so. Is that the one I just got out? I can't remember. But I'm going to go ahead and put all 6 of those in, and I'll be done with the center part of the hub. But simple as that. Don't soak it. I use the blue Loctite because I don't necessarily need red on this. It'll be fine either way. But I'll do the other 4, and then we'll do the outer ring, and then I'll come back to putting the tire on. I put a timer on it, and putting all those screws in took me 3 minutes and 35 seconds. Now I will take these 2 out and put them on the tire, and I'll show you just how I do that. Alright, so I'm going to put the front side in first. Obviously, it doesn't matter whether you do the front or back first, but I kind of like to do the front just because this is the side you're going to see, and I want to make sure that this thing gets fully seated onto the bead evenly all the way around. So when I look at it, I kind of want that all to line up perfectly right around this side, because this is the side you're going to see. So that looks really nice. It's all evenly seated. There's no lip sticking up on the edge, anywhere. It's all even. Now the trick on the back side, and you might think this is something else, but I'm going to get this just a little bit wet here, because when it's wet, this will slide in a lot nicer. So hang on a second. Alright, put a little bit of water on that, and let's see, this will slide in a lot nicer. I might have to pull on that a little bit just to, I'm tired to get it to go in there. Anybody who knows me knows that I say if it won't go, force it. So that's what we're gonna do here. Just kind of force that in, and with it being a little bit wet on the inside, it's gonna slide a lot nicer. So I'm gonna make sure this gets seated all the way around, that there's no edge that's sticking up farther than anywhere else. Also, I made really sure to make sure that the screw holes line up fairly well for when I put the screws in. Now they're going to be slightly, I'm going to go opposite sides here. You'll need a 2.5 millimeter if you buy the driver. If you buy the Injora ones, which I really like. I like the Injora ones, but at the same time I also like the Hobbytown, you know, $50 ones. Those are fine too. But this is where you can kind of mess it up a little bit. If you push it down wrong, it will go in unevenly. So I'm going to take this solder roll, put it under there where it can't scratch anything, and then with even pressure I'm going to push down until the solder rail breaks. That's not really, but I want to make sure I use even pressure as I just catch the threads on that first side. I'll catch the threads on this side, and then just kind of go around and make sure that this edge is even above the rim the whole way around, and it is. So the reason I go opposite ends is that I no longer have to hold it. And I will lightly put in the other 4 screws now. I can get rid of that. And then I can dump my whole box of screws. Yeah, it didn't dump, it just tipped over. But anyway, I'm just going to lightly put that in because I want all the pressures to be fairly even. And then the trick that I like to do with these is a triangle pattern, because it puts even pressure as you're adding these, and then you're not over torquing any one screw as you put them together. So I got them all relatively similar here, and then I'm going to do a triangle pattern. I'm going to tighten them a little bit in this triangle. When I get to the third one, I'll tighten that down. I'm not putting any torque on this, I'm just lightly tightening them. Then I go straight across, do an opposite triangle. This way you never strip a head out on the screw. And and then I'm crossing, you go triangle across all the way around. Then you get an even tension, and you don't strip screws. First time I did this, I went through so many screws because I just didn't know what I was doing. But this triangle across really works great. All these are seated. And that's it. The whole thing took less than 10 minutes. So, you know, what used to take me all night would take me probably 30 minutes now, and it's a better quality job than I used to do. So this tire won't have any wobble when you run it, and you can see the edge on the inside even is fairly uniform. I would like to add one addendum, and that is, once you get all of these 6 seated, if you wish to go back and use Loctite, pull one out at a time and Loctite it. And the reason I do that is because I only have to put it in once with the Loctite, and the other 2 screws on the sides of it maintain the pressure. So, and I'm going to do it triangle first, then across, then the other triangle. So same way, and then you don't lose your pressure on your bead, and just turns out really nice. That's all. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Well, I said that's all for today, but that's not all for today. I'm going to show you the reason why I did this. This is the wheel that I'm taking off the capper that has the brass internal ring instead of the aluminum one that you saw in the video here. So let this scale out, and that's about 243 grams. So this is the brass one, and this is the one that I just put the tire on. It has the aluminum, and that's 184. So that's a difference of 59 grams, roughly 60 grams. When you times that by 2, because there's one in each wheel, I'm dropping 120 grams off of the rear axle, which will help it climb steeply. It will somewhat decrease its ability to descend as steeply, but I'm not as worried about that as I am being able to climb, because there's a lot more climbs that I have to do that I just feel like on average your truck is going to perform better if it can slightly outclimb its descending. So that's why I did it, and that is a significant weight change, and that'll more than make up for the servo that I've added with the 4-wheel steer unit. That's all for tonight. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.